Hey, it's Fort Worth Playboy.
And my Playboys Bunny.
Welcome to our podcast where we discuss pickup, game, relationships, and...
Sex.
Today's topic is definitely going to go on the sex side. The importance of blowjobs in your life.
Yeah.
Which
I'm actually more enthusiastic about this topic than you are.
Yeah, I was like, okay. I guess.
Well, I had posted just a screen cap that I had grabbed from who knows where in the interwebs. And it said, Barbie sure has a lot of nice things for a woman whose knees won't bend. And it just cracked me up.
And that's okay. And she has a good point.
Yeah.
The oral sex seems to be what would you say?
It's kind of divisive.
It is it's a leveraging point.
Yeah.
That I've noticed. I mean, and women will withhold it, and guys want it. Therefore, you know what I mean? So It's like,
and some guys want to give to girls, and some guys find it weak.
Oh yeah. That's a completely...
Yeah, but I'm saying you're calling it oral sex. So I'm like, that kind of goes both ways, where blowjobs are a singular focus.
For today's subject, we will be focusing on oral blowjobs, basically. Yeah.
Blowies.
There you go.
You're getting kind of flustered.
I'm just like, oh Lord, we're going to say this word for the next 15 minutes. Over and over.
Blowjobs.
And that gives you an idea where I'm at on it. I'm like, it is very, very, very important for a lot of men.
Yeah.
It's a huge part of their desire, what they enjoy, part of the routine. And just to be clear, because everybody's on a different spectrum here. And you and I agree this basically because of the submissive.
Yeah. I think that one of the main things that men love so much about blowjobs is that women are in such a submissive position, no matter how you're actually positioned with your body. Like, it's just a submissive way to be.
Yes.
And part of me also thinks there's also such a vulnerability to him, so he has to kind of trust that she's not going to bite his dick off or do something weird.
Right.
I mean, truly.
And to balance that out is only in the last couple of years have I kind of like recognized that women enjoy it.
Yeah.
It turns them on. Being submissive.
Yes.
It's not, so it's a joint thing. It's really 50-50. It appears to be more one-sided.
Now, just before we get too far off of this one topic, because I want to be sure that no one out there thinks that I don't give great blowjobs.
That has nothing to do with it. Yeah, I mean, the quality of it really comes down to the guy.
Well, what you've always told me is you just like to be active. So it always seemed like kind of something where just kind of
It appears very passive, but you can be active.
Yeah.
And the sooner I learn that, then I enjoy it more.
Yeah, you're pretty active when we engage in blowies.
And the thing that we've seen, and the reason this kind of came up, is women do use it as a tool.
Absolutely.
Or a bargaining chip.
Uh-huh.
And we always do feel bad. We don't want men to be in the I give him a blowjob for his birthday relationships.
No, we really don't.
And that's what we try to avoid, and that's why we coach people on dread or how to avoid it or how not to pick that girl in the first place.
Right.
It's just like CHATEAU says, if a girl shows or speaks or says any aversion to blowjobs, sex, intimacy, get rid of her.
Yeah.
Your sex life is far more and too important than to risk it with a girl who's not enthusiastic about sex.
Yeah.
And that's how you enjoy. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was going to say, truly, I tweet it all the time, but truly, the way she feels about your dick is the way she feels about you. There's just no two ways around it.
It is. It's going to come through.
Yeah.
Yeah. But just like, that's how you avoid a whole scenario where you're like, yeah, I really like blowjobs, but my wife won't do it.
Yeah.
Or it's once a year. And I think that's what creates more tension sexually in not in a good way, like
no
aberrant tension, is where a guy wants certain things and she's opposed to it.
Yeah, whether it's her actively being opposed to not performing something or not allowing him to perform something.
Exactly.
Absolutely. I completely agree.
And that can be very divisive.
The biggest problem in a married sex life or even a relationship sex life is the woman saying no. That's all there is to it.
And for a married guy, that's his, by, moral standards or law, that's his only outlet.
Right.
And now it's no.
Now it's no.
And so that creates a lot of dislike and stress, and it does not go well from that point on.
No.
When the no's start.
No. And I would say, I think that one of the problems with women's aversion to blowjobs starts early. It starts with the first guy. Like literally the first guy who goes there with her. Because, they're sitting on the couch and just watching a movie or watching television, and he's literally shoving her head down towards his dick. And it's a very uncomfortable kind of position to be in. Physically, it's an uncomfortable position to be in because you're almost, as much as you like him and as much as you might trust him, it's scary because there's nothing that you can do to get away from, because of the strength differentiation between the two, and you're bent over in this position, sitting on the couch with your head being shoved down into this guy's lap.
Right.
And I'm not traumatized by it. Right. I just know what it looks like.
Yeah. And a lot of girls are traumatized.
A lot of girls are traumatized.
Touch the back of their head and they'll freak.
Yeah.
So.
But it's not even because of blowjobs with you. It's because of blowjobs with Chad when she was 16.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they'll carry it. And that's where it comes from. Or they have an aversion, or they have a low disgust threshold for whatever, that even when they're turned on, but again, if it's important to you and she, let's say when you start dating, shows an aversion, it's better to just move on.
Yeah.
It's that simple because it's that important, and it causes a lot of problems down the road. But the problem, and you're the sex expert, how do these guys get a wife who's like not enthusiastic about it, ambivalent, not 100% against it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're just not enthusiastic about it. How do they change that?
I think that one way is to just, you have to, as the man, figure out a way to speak to your wife about this in such a way that she understands that there are ways that she can learn how to do it, where she might enjoy it better. This isn't even a sales pitch, but in my Fuck Like a Porn Star book, I have a section for women on how to give a great blowjob. And listen, there are even cheat codes written into this section for the girls who aren't all that into it, but want to still give a great blowjob.
Exactly.
You still don't want to be bad at it. And I do think that that's one of the problems, is that just like we talk about with virgins and sex, it's like, where are you going to learn to give a great blowjob?
Technique. Yeah, where are you going to learn great technique?
Not to mention the fact that, guys, you're all a little bit different. I don't mean just your dicks, like your anatomy. I mean, what you enjoy sexually during blowjobs is different. So you have to be the one who kind of guides, cut my balls. Oh, I love it when you lick my, whatever it is, whatever your thing is, I had one boyfriend who loved me holding on to the dick while I was doing it. And my husband had no interest in that. It's just, there's just differences. You have to share what your desires are in that area. But mainly, she probably just doesn't know how to give a great blowjob.
And people don't like doing things they're not good at.
And there's a lot of pressure literally a great intro way to get her to do something that maybe she's not comfortable doing in that way is to take the pressure off of the outcome. Be outcome independent. Just tell her to lick on it. Just tell her to, lick around, to kind of explore down there, to play scientist. Make it a fun little game that's not that doesn't put pressure on her to completely, go out full on porn star, you know.
Knowing what we know. Mm-hmm. And girls don't like talking about this stuff outside of the bedroom.
Yeah.
When is a good time to talk about this?
I would say, because this is a tricky one, because this isn't about her desire, which is what makes women most uncomfortable.
Very interesting.
But I think he could talk about this thing a little bit more easily outside of the bedroom. A little bit. I agree with you. Because it's more about the tactics or the strategy of it. And so it's not it's entering her, but it's entering her mouth. But I do feel like if there's any topic that he could broach outside of the bedroom, this might be it.
That's great.
A little bit. Or literally you could be in the middle of kind of warming up and then you could say, what I would really love is if we could kind of play with this and, I just want you to,
I like that.
Yeah.
And these guys do know their wives.
Exactly. You know your audience. You know if she's far too modest or pent up, for lack of a better way to put it.
She freaks out.
Yeah, that she just absolutely cannot talk about things even to this level outside of the bedroom. But if she is like that, then broach it in the bedroom when you're kind of already warming up and things. But make sure that she understands that there's zero pressure, that you love her playing with your dick.
Well, and just like Bunny said, a lot of times there's a lot of unspoken things going on. Kind of like if you do broach the subject, this is when she might tell you that she had a bad experience.
Yeah.
So now it's not like a hardcore aversion to your dick. It's a bad experience that it kind of reminds her of, or she doesn't want to be back in that position.
Yeah.
So she avoids it altogether.
Exactly.
Which people do with things that are traumatizing. So it will allow you to kind of ferret out the root cause, which allows you to address the issue.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because, at the end of the day, 99% of married women or girlfriends want you to be happy.
Yeah.
And they want you to be turned on. They want to do the things you enjoy. They just literally don't know where to start. And they may not even know that's an important thing for you.
And make no mistake, even a girl who doesn't feel confident in her blowjob skills, to see you become aroused just by us having our mouths down there and our hands and our, we're completely focused on it and we're kind of studying it. I really feel like sometimes a scientist, because it's intriguing to us also. It's very satisfying. And I think that if you can get her to just kind of play with it and just learn how you like to be touched and licked and held or not held, then it goes a long way, because it's satisfying. You see immediate responses to what you're doing as a female.
Yeah.
And that's like, oh, okay, I'm doing it right.
And girls are very much used to being passive.
Yeah. Especially
in the sexual acts. So this is, for a lot of girls, this would be something completely a 180 from what they're used to.
It's true.
So.
But we just know that, I would say the majority of men have a real desire or craving for blowjobs for a number of reasons.
Yeah, right? It doesn't matter what your motivation.
Yeah.
If that's something you want, then it should be addressed.
And sometimes you want it because you're not getting it, but
exactly. Just knowing that it's there and you can have it usually satisfies a lot of men.
It's true.
It's not like it'll be one of your daily, part of your regular routine. But just knowing that it's possible is enough for most guys.
It's true.
It's not having it that drives them nuts.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. But on that note, we just want you to get more blowies and
Fuck like
be,
a porn star.
yeah,
Yeah.
and be confident in, you know, in helping your wife or girlfriend do a better job with satisfying you in this way. So yes, if you would like to pick up Fuck Like a Porn Star, it will be in the comments section down below. You're welcome. It's a fantastic book. I do want to say, I specifically wrote Fuck Like a Porn Star so that it could be read and studied by men as well as women. It is written to both of you, and there are sections for each of you. There is also a section on giving her oral sex. And I purposefully did not put explicit pictures or anything that would make your wife uncomfortable. I mean, I truly wanted it to be kind of like Kama Sutra-ish, in that it's just kind of an accepted book that gives good lessons and gives great ideas and kind of talks everybody through why we like certain things, how we can improve certain things, little tips and tricks for both of you. So I want you to buy with confidence if you need to. Then hopefully your wife will not get upset over this purchase if she sees it, because it's for both of you.
And I think written by a woman for men and women makes it a little bit different than your normal sex
education. It goes a long
book.
way.
Yeah,
it goes a long way. But the bottom line is, we want you to win. If you like this podcast, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends who also enjoy blowjobs. If you are comfortable, we would love to hear your stories about how maybe you turned a girl from hating blowjobs to loving them. But we understand that might be not the kind of topic you want to put in the comment section.
In the YouTube comment section.
So gauge by, you can always DM us, but we love to hear your stories and we want you to win. Bye!